EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Las Vegas Raiders. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Let's go! Run with Jacobs there on first down, but he'll manage only a yard or two at best. Second down coming up. This defense for the Broncos, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. They find some open field here. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Second down, Jacobs once more, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Room here to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And this will be caught by Edwards. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Now 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd and 13. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. William Golston able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And Pressure coming, and they got him once again. Dean Lowry, he's the one to get him this time at back-to-back sacks, brings up 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now Perkins. And he checks this one down to Williams. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. On the option to give to Williams here. And he's got this down to the 35. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And some room to maneuver. And on the way for a Broncos score. Javonte Williams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd down and 3. To throw is Perkins. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. He's got a man, complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Perkins. This one swung out to Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Back to throw. Perkins. They still can't get it. And he wisely will throw that one away.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And still fighting. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Now he'll escape to his right. He'll get that complete to Alberto. Touchdown! Alberto, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he's going to go out of bounds on the return. He won't even get this thing back to the 10-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
2nd and 9 now. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Draymond Jones in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they're going deep for Hill. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll hand it off now. Williams pushes him over. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Off play action. Perkins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, 37 yards, and the Broncos will add on to their lead. McManus's point after is good, and the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll set up a throw. And going deep for Hill. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield. And that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears won't realize as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, Perkins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Wow, all kinds of time back there in the pocket. Enough time to scan the entire field, go through every progression. First guy not open, second guy not open. Heck, the third guy wasn't open. Finally just settled on throwing one deep downfield, taking a shot. Unfortunately for him, unable to come up with the completion.
To throw on second down, Perkins. Just keeping the play alive. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Perkins. That is taken in by the tight end Finn. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Going right back to Finn. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Perkins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 18 now. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And running with power here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They've got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Perkins. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Williams powers through him. And a solid run down inside the 30. 95 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense.
And he's got his tight end fan. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant, 29 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead. McManus's point after is good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. McManus now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. A give, it's Jacobs off the option. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Looking to throw on second down. Perkins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Back to throw. Perkins. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up third down. Well, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly here. And the pressure gets to him again. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Hamler now on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
To throw on second down, Perkins. Flush to his right. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
From the gun on third down, Perkins. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Exit. Mike 56. Mike 56. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And the Broncos are going to get the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Broncos are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And going deep for Hill. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout,
because you've won every game as a player.
No, I think about being blown out, and no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it? And he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Off the play fake, Perkins. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. On second down, Jacobs. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line.
73 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 33.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.